Hello everyone, been a little bit since I've done a video. We're going to do a quick review of the MISC Prospector today, and I figure the best way to do this, purpose-built ship is to go do some mining. So we're going to go mining. We'll do a little bit of flying around. E02. It's been a little bit since I do the video straight from launch. I just delivered a load of cargo in the Caterpillar. This game did not crash, surprisingly. 3.9's been a little rough for me. Lost all my money, lost a lot of items. I've had a lot of issues in 3.9. Hoping the new 3.10, which used to be patch 4.0, is better. But it is what it is. Backing in alpha. Still enjoying the hell out of the game. So right now we're going to get into the Prospector with its very fun entry. So I do like the Prospector. It follows a MISC style. It's very, freelancer-like. And you get inside the ship. It's, a mix of utilitarian and high-tech. So you got a bed. You've got all the little amenities you might need. It should have a refiner. So you should be able to access your cooler, gravity generator, jump drive. I believe this is going to be a computer access point or some kind of storage. You got your toilet and shower combo. And you got an amazing amount of view in the Prospector. You've got this nice bubble cockpit layout, which is very cool. So out of like all the ships in game, I think it's probably one of the best visibilities. I hate this upper kind of overhead panel setup here. It's kind of a pain in the rear end. But it is what it is. From a pilot perspective, I would say it's laid out reasonably well. The controls are pretty much the same as any other MISC ship. And this is going to be the stock loadout. I do believe I have an upgraded mining drill bit. We'll just head to... We'll do Daymar. And again, stock loadout, so it's got a very slow jump drive. It's going to take a little while to spool up, but again, while we're waiting, we can look at the kind of smallish engines, smallish thrust reverse. It does have VTOL, so you'll see that when we get on the ground and start mining. It's got the 4 little carriers where the ore goes into, those little bags. And, so that's part of your VTOL. Those little thrusters you see in the front will rotate down. And then the big old mining laser up front. Of course, it comes with 2 little distortion guns, which if you've ever done the claim missions, you know all how that sound is. Alright, that looks like that'll be a good destination. Go to Kudra ore. Actually, we'll do the space handling real quick, since just to keep it consistent. Even though this is not a fighter by any stretch of the imagination, we'll do our roll. Kind of slow, but still relatively responsive. Pitch. Very slow. Yaw. Again, it's an industrial ship. She's not super maneuverable for her size. I mean, this is a small ship, and yet it handles more like a medium to large as far as control and boost, top speed. So, overheats very quickly. If you upgrade your coolers, it should help with that. I'm gonna guess the top speed's gonna be somewhere near 1,000 when we finally get there. we're making it to 11:55. And deceleration is going to be, yeah, pretty slow as well. We'll go ahead and quantum and get down into atmosphere here. Sure, bountiful hardest now. No, I'm on Kudre, just because I used to go there a lot. I do a lot of delivery missions from Kudre to Port Alicer back in the day. I don't even think it's open anymore. I think it's a closed location. Used to be the place to come grab agricium or agricum or however you pronounce it. That's one thing that a big gripe I have with CIG now is those reflections. The reflections inside the cockpit. I mean, look at that when you're firing. Great visibility, but it's completely ruined with these reflections inside the cockpit that, especially in dark situations, can make it almost impossible to see. So I do hope that that gets adjusted or changed in the future. So bring our speed back here a little bit. Kudre should be, or what's left of it should be right about here. So you'll see how your flight path vector kind of lags behind a little bit. We'll do a roll in atmosphere. It's alright. We'll pitch up to 0. Pretty close to holding altitude. Oops, it does alright like that. Check yaw in atmosphere. And same about 30-ish degrees before she stops. Which is relatively maneuverable. Not a fighter though. Don't fight in a prospector. He will not be happy. But, you know, overall she handles well. Let's go ahead and see if we can find some ore. What's this? Is Kudre open again? I haven't been here in a while. It might be. I might have to go check that out. But let's go ahead and mine. We'll go into VTOL mode. Oh, Quantanium. I haven't mined that yet. Sorry, so there's a VTOL mode so you can see. I mean, in this aspect it makes sense that the ship should be able to just hover. Alright, fine. I'll do some nice boring mining on video. Although mining is less boring than it used to be, it's still not exactly a super exciting. Well, if we get a whole bunch of Quantanium, it might be exciting, because I think you have like 10 minutes to sell it before it explodes on you. So from this aspect, I mean, we have anti-grav technology, yada yada, all this stuff, but the ship is just so steady, just hovering, it's a little hard to believe. Alright, get this balance right. Blow up on me. .73% Quantanium. I don't know if that's worth it. That's not worth it. That's not worth it. I wouldn't get any of this in real life if I was actually playing, but this is in the middle of a stream. So we'll go ahead and grab some Quantanium and rush back to Port Olisar and see if we can get there before we blow up. So again, kind of a conclusion. I don't know what to tell you. It's a prospector. It handles like you would expect. Prospector is a money printer. You buy the ship to print your credits. That's what prospectors are for. You get in them, you fly, you mine, you go back, you sell your ore, and you make money. That's really all there is to it. They're not fighters. You're not going to be able to defend yourself if you get attacked. Your best bet in the future when they let you drop your bags is to drop a bag and be like, here you go. You can take that one, leave me the other three. And hopefully they don't notice you dropped an empty bag. That's really all you can do with a prospector. They're not intended for fighting, combat. You could maybe put some better shields, power plant, etc. on one of these. Anything more than a Mustang, you're going to have a hard time with. Even a Mustang might be able to kill you pretty easily. It's not a fighting ship. Does it handle well? Yes. I would say it handles on par with it's hard to say. It handles somewhere in between, say, an Aurora and a Mustang and a Freelancer. Freelancer handles a little bit better, has more powerful engines, better stopping, better acceleration. Mustang and Auroras are more nimble, but it's somewhere in between those two. It's not a fighter. Like I said, it's for printing money, and it does that very well. So if you're looking for a mining ship, I definitely recommend the Prospector over the Mole any day of the week, unless you have a good org. If you've got 3, 4, 5 people that are always on when you are on, then the Mole makes sense. I did not do a review of the Mole when it was available for flying, just because of the fact that I just didn't have a chance. And right now I'm finally getting back into making videos. And again, you can see this reflection inside the cockpit. I mean, that is just, oh, I hate it. I know they're going for realism and everything, but this is a bit much, in my opinion. And I hope they do something about it to reduce it. Or have you know, the ability to turn it off, maybe, to say, hey, I know it looks cool, but not for me. And again, that's mostly for in darker areas. Combat, it can be a definite hassle. I mean, if you got a lot of weapons fire going on, and it's all getting reflected on your screen, you're going to miss targets, you're going to miss missiles, you're going to miss a lot of the visual cues you're going to need to do well. And in low light situations, this kind of reflection I'm dealing with now could cause you to crash, and when death of a spaceman becomes a thing, it's going to be a pain that's going to really hurt you. So again, in conclusion, Prospector flies like a prospector. It's a very unique ship. But for what it's supposed to do, it does it well. And where's the off button for this ship again? We'll just do engine off. And, you know, it's a good ship. If you have the opportunity, you can buy it in-game, or you can rent it in-game. I do not recommend purchasing ships with real money. I have gotten some with real money, my friends have. There's nothing wrong with it. It's backing the game. Just make sure you're aware that you are backing the game. It is a pledge. Your ship may change. The new Prowler that I reviewed just a little bit ago, great ship, awesome heavy fighter. It's not supposed to be a heavy fighter, so I wouldn't expect it to remain that way. I expect to see some changes, maybe that top turret being slave to co-pilot only, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind, just a little thoughts for ships. Don't ever buy a ship and expect it to remain exactly as it is, as I've reviewed it, or as other people have reviewed it. Mileage may vary. Your experience may vary. So please keep that in mind. But definitely, you know, back the game. I love the game, and I hope it succeeds. Alright, let's see how much our very quick... Let's see, what's quantanium? I mean, it's worth decent. I mean, for 0 effort, we made 700 credits. Could have obviously made a lot more, but just wanted to do it real quick for the stream. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the Prospector. Very short video. I'd like to have done more or done more of an in-depth video. Just having daughters down for a nap. When everyone is home, you gotta make videos and do stuff when you can. My streaming area is literally the corner of the kitchen. So, if she's awake, I can't stream. So these are all the ships I have access to, and I'm pretty sure I've done a review on all of them. I might do the Hurricane next, and we might start moving into ground vehicles, but again, I do not have a specific... A pilot reviews a ground vehicle. Who the hell cares if I fly airplanes and I'm reviewing a Tumbler Cyclone? So I may not even do that. I may wait for more ships to come out, or borrow some ships. If you've got any ships you want to see me to go over, or to review, or give opinions on the flight model of, feel free to leave a comment. If you have said ship and want me to review it on a video, I'll happily log on with you and borrow your ship and do a review, and you can sit at the back and shoot me in the back of the head at the end of the video on stream. Be great. Up to 100 some viewers now. I think I'm 102, 103. So I appreciate that. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and enjoy the verse. I mean, you gotta enjoy these views. There's a Prospector over there. There's Crusader. It's a great looking game. But these reflections inside the cockpit, gonna have to stop. Alright, take care everyone.